What's up, guys? It's Quincy with Coin Club Crypto. Welcome to my channel. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and talk about it with your friends if you like the topics we have to talk about today. Now, let's build. What are we building? We're going to be building a decentralized, autonomous software as a service ecosystem, or just a smart contract compiled ecosystem. And we're going to really show the power of smart contracts and how they can be connected together, how decentralized autonomous organizations can be created out of this, and how you can essentially code something once and the entire world can now have access to using it on top of using any other type of smart contract out there that's publicly available. So let's break it down. So we've got contract A, B, and C here. So right now, let's just focus on contract A and B. So contract A and B have a relationship with each other to form some form of automation. Now, let's say this is a text app, some form of a decentralized texting app. And let's say smart contract B compiles the text and the formats and everything that would normally go into what formats that text to make it readable. And then let's say contract A is the broadcast contract that broadcasts it to everybody that's running on that application. So you got B that formulates the application and formulates the text and the messages, and A that broadcasts them. But let's say contract B, or the company running contract B, sees that someone created a smart contract out there called contract C, and this smart contract will allow for emojis with contract A. So they go, that's interesting, because right now, every time contract B gets triggered, it'll automatically go to contract A, and it'll complete the full automation. But contract B goes, that's interesting. We can add emojis solely based off of another smart contract somebody else has. Now, they would have to pay the smart contract in order to be able to execute that for the emojis, but they can factor that into their overall cost for whatever their application may be. So let's get rid of this relationship. And instead of pointing directly at A, smart contract B points directly at C, is able to pick up on not only the messaging that contract B was able to provide, but also emojis that contract C is able to provide, and then point it back at contract A. And now you've been essentially able to add a feature onto your decentralized application without you having to code it yourself, and with you being able to hook into somebody else's smart contract and being able to essentially fund their smart contract for their feature that's a part of your overall application that you have here. And this can go on indefinitely. So we have one smart contract connected to another smart contract providing features to the last smart contract, but you can have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an infinite amount of features that you wanted to incorporate from other smart contracts that may be relevant can now all be incorporated in a decentralized manner and all be interoperable with each other to serve decentralized goals. And while you're executing these smart contracts, everyone's paying each other. So you got to remember, when B and A were communicating with each other, every time B got triggered, it had to pay A to also trigger its effect after that. Now, when B gets triggered, it has to pay C, which also gets triggered, which has to pay A, which also gets triggered, which creates this internal ecosystem of value being exchanged autonomously. And it creates a really, really, really interesting dynamic for the future of automation, because it allows for people to all hop onto the same network and be able to all interoperate with each other without essentially having to collaborate in person or with some sort of physical intent in mind. They can all essentially operate and pay each other autonomously and essentially create an entire internet of value in doing so, of autonomous scripts executing against each other. Now, if you made it this far, seems like you're a little smarty pants because you looks like you learned a lot. You can talk about it with your friends, ask any comments or sort of suggestions down below in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.